Well, this seems to be the day of chair repair. And see, we got that broke back there. This came out on there. They just barely had the nail into this front leg, so that's probably what broke the back rung, R-U-N-G. So we're going to take this out, and then we're going to see if we can't get the nail out of this one so we can pull that plug out of there. I really don't want to have to make another one. Or we might see if we can just, well, we'll see, we'll figure out what we can do. Don't look like I'm going to have any luck, so I've got to take this screw out here. This thing should, hopefully, is not nailed. Good. It's not. Okay. And I can't see that nail down in there, so what I'm going to have to do is try to get me a dowel here and then a dowel into this rung that halfway line up. It don't have to line up perfect, but we're going to try to see if we can't get them pretty close. I really, if I had time on this, and this might be another video to where I just make a whole new rung, but we're not going to worry about that today. Well, I don't know how I marked that, but I did. And I also marked this one. It's what you call an educated guess. So now we're going to try to drill straight in this way, and in this one we're going to try to drill straight in that way. Try to get it as close as we can so that we can get this 1/4 inch dowel rod up in there. A piece of 1/4 inch dowel rod is going to be a lot stronger than just gluing this rung together. You just have to do the best you can. Okay, we got that one. Yeah, so I figure we'll figure about that much dowel rod. So let's go cut that off right there. Well, it lines up pretty darn good. I can see we lost a little bit of that, but luckily that's on the bottom of the chair. I mean, I think if we, what we're going to do, we're going to use Bondo, because that's got good grip and it's an epoxy. Well, the way I mix Bondo, get about a golf ball size, or if you want a half a golf ball or whatever, you always want to make a little bit more than you need. And you want to make sure it's a fresh can if you're doing something very important, because it does need to be a little bit of loose. Anyway, and then if you want it to dry really fast, then what you do is you lay the hardener directly across the whole, whatever you call that thing. But since I just want a little bit, we're just going to start out with that much right there. We've only got just a few minutes to work with this. See, even this is going to be a little bit too rich. This is going to dry way too fast, so I need to make up a new batch. And then this time we're just going to lay just barely any All right, let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, see, that's not quite as red as the first one. That means this is going to take a little longer to heat up and work. But you still only have just a few minutes. And now what I've got to do is I got to shove some down inside that hole right there. Like I said, we've only got just a few minutes, so. Alright, we have to do the same thing with this, and we're running out of time. You always want plenty more than you need because it's all going to squash out anyway. Get it in anywhere you can see it. And shove that down in there. Okay. Then we want to set this in there. Try to get everything together. Pull it together best you can. And then it would be good if you had a strap to hold the chair together. But it's not going to take long for this stuff to set up, so really you can just sit here and hold it for a couple of minutes. See, the stuff with the most hardener, it's already hard. Stuff with the less is it's still gluing. So that's what you want. You want it to glue together real slowly. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. Yeah, see, you just flip this stuff off of there. I wouldn't suggest using your fingers. Yeah. See, that's all there is to it. Just comes right off, and then of course then you could fill that in. But you need to let this thing set overnight. Don't try to use it right away. And then tomorrow what I'll do then is tomorrow I'll glue this one, because that'll have this, to give this plenty of time. If I try to move it around now, I'm sure some of the inside is not totally dry yet. So we'll wait till tomorrow when it's totally dry, and then we'll remove and put some glue in the front. And but then we're going to drill a hole and run us a nail instead of just shooting one, because you saw what happened. It went through there, it just barely caught. You can see the track of that nail as it came in there. It just barely caught the edge of that leg, and so that's what pulled this out, and probably what broke this. Well, okay, now we just drill our hole. Remember, we took the nail out of that one. This time we're going to make sure we get it into the leg itself. And that's it.